Hello everyone, welcome to Lever Guns 50. Today we're doing a video on the 32 Special. This right here is a Winchester Model 94, and it is in caliber 32 Special. I know you can't see that. It says 32 Win-Spl. 32 Special is very similar to the 3030 cartridge. It holds about the same amount of powder. It's a little bit more powerful, microscopic amount. Nothing a deer would ever notice. These right here are the FTX Bullets. We're going to try them out and see how well they work. We're going to shoot them into our ballistic material, also shoot them across our chronograph, kind of get some velocity readings. We just did a video on the 3030, so you can check it out, 3030 versus the 307. And all right, we're going to check out these FTX Bullets and just see how well they hold together and how well they penetrate and all the stuff that they do. So y'all stay tuned, you hear? Oh yeah, the 32 Special has a little bit slower rifling twist than the 3030. 1 in 16, because it was originally made to shoot with to be reloaded with black powder, because back in those days people could buy a smokeless cartridge but you couldn't buy smokeless powders. So hey, these right here are superior to a lot of the modern cartridges because they can still be used with black powder if the need ever arises. But hey, we're just having fun, so y'all stay tuned. Alright, here's all our FTXs. I'm going to also try a flat nose Hornady just to see what the difference is. So let's put the couple in here and try them out. Going to run them across the chronograph. Go ahead and load them into the tubular magazine. Going to be the flat nose first, and then the FTX. So here it goes. I'm going to go... Oh, got to run them into the... Okay, there was the flat nose. It's doing 2,363, and it was a 170 grain bullet. Now here's the FTX. All right, let's check it out. It's doing 2,382 feet a second, 160 grain bullet. So let's go down here and find them bullets and see what they look like. All right, just to make sure you can see this. That's our flat nose bullet. The high velocity is our FTX, which is 160 grain. So let's go through here and see if we can find them, see what they look like. Okay, hope we didn't go in the same hole with both of them. It's kind of looking like that. We may have to reshoot them. Yeah, I didn't mean to. Gonna shoot the water jug. Hopefully we won't get too wet. I'm gonna aim about 4 inches off the bottom. Boom. Let's check it out, see what she did. Walking down to it, Let's see what we got. This one here, the bottom's blown out. It's really ripped to pieces. This one here has the bottom blown out of it, a hole in it, and a hole coming out the back. So let's see if we can find that bullet. It should have hit here, and here it is, right here. Bullet looks so pretty, don't it? So it went through almost 4 gallons of water. Well, it went through 4 gallons of water and then stopped up against the wet pants. Alright, gonna try to do a little magazine dump into that log. Okay, let's get started. Barrel's hot as a firecracker. Okay, I was shooting at that log there, and I'm pretty sure I didn't miss it. The center, the last shot I fired at the dead center of it, so let's check it out. All right, let's see. I can see we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like 7 if I'm not missing any of them. But anyhow, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 is a fairly good group there. This is the last one I fired. And yeah. So anyhow, you can shoot it pretty fast if something was charging you, and you can still hit what you're aiming at. Right, in conclusion, the 32 Special, especially in this old 94 caliber, I really like it. And the old carbine seems to do pretty good. It has just, like I said, a microscopic amount of power, more power than the 30-30. It's not really it's not practically any more powerful. Let's run through the this thing here and see what we got. You know, see what it has. Okay, if you have it sighted in for 190 yards at the muzzle energy is 2013, or roughly 2000, with that 2380 FPS. And at 100 yards, you have about 1,600 foot-pounds of of energy, which is pretty good, and the bullet will be 3 inches high. So if you're 3 inches high at 100 yards, at 225, about the same as the 30-30, you're going to be about 3 inches low. So point blank range out to 225 yards if you sighted it in 3 inches high at 100, which reason why people do that is because some people don't, you know, they're not going to know if it's 180 or 220 yards. So they just want to be able to aim dead on, and they should hit in the vital area. So I mean, for a lot of us that are more experienced, maybe we want to sight it in where it's dead on at 100 yards and know just to aim a little bit higher for on out there. So anyhow, it's totally up to you. I'm just giving you a quick rundown on it. So let's see, at that range at 220 yards, how much energy does it have? At 220 yards, it has 1,204 foot-pounds of muzzle, or of energy. Sorry, I keep wanting to say muzzle. It drops below 1,000 foot-pounds at 290 yards. So 1,000 foot-pounds is generally what's required to kill an animal up to, you know, about 200 pounds, something in that area. That's why a lot of your like 223s are not generally thought of as deer calibers, because their energy is just so low. They're only good for, generally saying, I mean, I know you can head shoot something out to 100 yards with 22 short. So, I mean, you know, you can do what you want, but I'm just saying that's why they say that, you know, 1,000 foot-pounds for a deer size animal, 1,500 for elk and above. I mean, 30-30s have killed, you know, grizzly bears, you know, moose, elk. I seen somebody shooting something weird with one. I forget what it was, a walrus or something. It's an old video, but anyhow, you know what I'm saying. So the 32 special, a little bit, tiny bit bigger hole, but I wouldn't shoot anything with it that I wouldn't shoot with a 30-30. Basically the same thing, just a little bit bigger diameter bullet, a little bit slower twist to really be able to use black powder. And thought in the slower twist was it wouldn't get as dirty as quick, and the caliber would still be able to function longer between cleaning. So it wasn't saying it needed that slow a twist for black powder, but black powder's dirty, and you know, you got 7 shots in this gun, 8 shots if you put one in the chamber. So I mean, you're going to be able to pop out quite a few shots really quick. So anyhow, that's my thoughts on it. Great gun, great caliber. 94 is also always an awesome gun. It's a John Browning design. It's not my favorite. I like the 92 and the 86 the best, but this is right up there. I've taken my biggest deer with this right here, 32. I've taken 2 310 points, and I don't know, a boatload of deer. And I think the furthest one I've ever shot was like 120 yards. It's just thick here in Alabama. We don't shoot long range. So that's why these little carbines come in handy. I personally prefer the rifle just for the longer barrel to stick out of the brush, but you know, these right here, very handy guns, accurate enough for whatever you might need it for. So thank you for watching. Y'all be blessed. God take care of each and every one of you.